I really, really want to go home because I'm so bored. Like there's no life. I have no life. But then I started traveling. I started watching MMA and I started meeting, FLA MMA fighters. You know what? This is it. I don't think I'm going home. Like,
Oh wait,
I
it's
feel
not
like
your twin sister or your.
that was me. I cloned myself.
Oh, yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 28 of the Good People Bad Intentions podcast. And today, as our guest, I have Kaprisyosa. Now, Kaprisyosa is titled the Superfan of Fight League Atlantic as well as BTC Fight Promotion. And she resides in Burlington, Ontario. She is a comedian. She has also some lifestyle vlog videos that she puts on her YouTube. She also travels, of course, to all these different events. And what I really find interesting about her is that she is unlike a lot of fans where she'll try and go and see all of the events possible. So I'd like to hear kind of her story about how she got in love with the sport and mixed martial arts. I want to hear a little bit about her story because I also realized that she has gone through a personal development as far as she started some fitness and some kickboxing, and it's really lovely following her on social media and seeing her positive attitude. She has really entertaining posts. She's very funny. So without further ado, guys, here's Kaprisyosa. Hello,
Yes.
how are you doing today?
Hey, Matthew. I'm doing awesome. Yeah, I'm free right now, so I'll give you my time. How are you?
Hey, and I'm doing well. It's been a while. We've been talking quite a bit, through social media, whatever, keeping up with each other because I find it really inspiring what you do. You're a super fan.
I know.
You're somebody that is really into mixed martial arts in the local scene, and now it looks like you're also into the local boxing scene because today there's this fight in Montreal with Brandon Brewer and Steve Butler. So are you gonna be at the casino in Montreal today? Is that where you are?
No, I think they're sold out. But if I
Oh,
got the ticket, like I'm gonna go. Because I got all my
yes.
time now. Like I'm gonna go. When I don't have the time, like
And
I can't
and
I can't go.
and where do you kind of get this from? Because like a lot of people when they're into something, right? They might try to go, every now and then, but it seems whenever there's all the local, BTC organization or FLA, you're always the first person to go. When can you just kind of talk about maybe how you got into MMA as a fan and everything like that? Because I thought it was really interesting.
I know it's. I'm really a fan of MMA ever since I was in high school. I was in Philippines, but we don't have like those channels. I can't really watch it. Anyway, for years and years, and now I'm in Canada. And after
Hmm.
the lockdown, we had 2 years lockdown. I said that's it. I'm gonna go to the gym because I don't have the time. I work like an hour from my city in Burlington, and I said that's it. I'm gonna go to BTC because I've been doing a lot of research for the gym, and I really really love MMA. So that led me to doing boxing MMA because I really love it. I would love to learn, and I found out that my coach, my boxing coach, he's actually a BFL MMA fighter, which he has been fighting, for quite a while for BTC, and this is my first time watching a pay-per-view, and that's it. I was so excited, and that it started. My personal trainer told me that there's an MMA show. Then I started
Hmm.
going. I was really traveling because I've never really went to any arena or any sports, and this is it for me. This is it. Like nobody can stop me. So I started BTC 12. They showed it at the gym. And I went to St. Catharines for BTC 13, BTC 14 in London, Ontario. I was traveling. I wanted to show to the fans, to people who love this kind of sports, that like how to get there. So that's why I was showing everything, my traveling, how to get to the train, how to be in the hotel as a fan. And I've been doing a lot of research. So I researched about FLA in Instagram, and I don't care, I bought my ticket, and I'm going. I'm going to Pictou, Nova Scotia. So I don't know. I was all alone, but I was already talking to Derek. They wanted to welcome me there too, right? Because I'm all alone. It's like this super fun is coming. So after that, I fell in love. I fell in love with FLA. I watch Committee Four. It's actually grappling competition. I love it, and I do my videos, my editing, and that's it. All began my traveling.
And you mentioned your personal trainer, and following you now on Instagram. It's C Kaprisyosa is your Instagram. You've gone through quite a journey, and like you in a fitness journey. Can you kind of talk about that too? Because it looks like you've been doing some kickboxing and some fitness. Was this inspired by following these promotions and things like this, or is this something that happened first?
That's something that happened first. I don't know anything about, my world was really out of anybody's world. I was just working. I was far beyond. I was far from any entertainment at all. So, this is my world. This is my life. I just do vlogging for myself. I had nobody to talk with. I talked to the camera. That was my best friend. That's why I keep talking to you, or it's you. It's an imaginary people that I don't care if nobody's watching me, but I just have to keep going. One view, it doesn't matter. But this is what I do. I just love the editing. It's really really boring doing nothing, and all I did was make some videos and edit. So yeah, I went to BTC, and I hired a personal trainer because I was gaining weight. And yeah, I did a lot of personal training with my personal trainer, um Michael. And he told me about the MMA because I told him I love MMA, I want to do boxing. And it has all led to this traveling. And nobody can really get me out of this now. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And another thing that you were mentioning, and something that really resonated with me is how therapeutic it can be to make like videos or edit things. And I really like what you were talking about the camera being your best friend
Yes.
and stuff, because it's really, I think it's a very important thing to try to capture these
Yes.
moments. um, and I think you're creating a following by doing this. And I'm just wondering, like, has there been any companies that have contacted you or approached you about trying to, I don't know, check out their hotel or thing like that? Do you have a background in like the tourism, hotel,
No.
industry, or?
I did everything for myself, like, if I would go groceries, I do it for myself. And,
Mhm.
it's the same thing as what I'm doing right now because I've been doing this for 6 years, but I think it's blowing up my channel now. And yeah, it's like just, getting into it. I search the area, I search the place, where am I going to be? I got to be closer to the arena where they're going to have the show. Um, no, I'm not contacted by anybody. Um, I don't know. I don't think so. It's just now that I'm really, really starting to really, my it's going viral. My channel now. It's really
Mhm.
amazing. Yes.
And we mentioned off camera your name Kaprisyosa. Uh, it's a Tagalog name.
Yes, it's a Tagalog name. It's a Filipino
Tagalog.
um, word. Yeah.
And what is it? What does it mean?
Capricciosa is an unpredictable. It's like you can't. I don't know. You can't stop it. Yeah, it's hard to I don't know. It's hard to guess.
Was there a time where you felt like things were trying to stop you, and that name, that the nickname has kind of given you you know, a purpose that you're gonna keep going towards your dreams and things like that.
Yeah, I think so. When I had that name, I wanted like it's kind of like sexy, like Capricciosa. It's a lot of S. So I thought,
Mhm.
it could be me from what I'm kind of like not really. So you have like a dual personality. You're like at home,
Sure.
you're fine. You're at work, you're different. But then you're different in social media. So, and you're trying to be of what you were not. I mean, you were supposed to be, and that's what's going on with me now. I'm dressing up now, doing on my makeup. Where before, like I don't even care. Like hey, this is me. But now I have to look at least better.
And how long have you been in Canada from the Philippines?
Oh, I guess it's 15 or 17 years. I guess I'm um to be honest with you, my world, that's why I'm doing this, because I'm sharing this to
Mhm.
everybody, to what people go through. That as an immigrant, we don't have an access for these things that you love for years and years. I work sometimes 7 days a week. There's just really no time or no encouragement, no motivation. This what you see now. This is supposed to be me, but I think being away, like you can't be with anybody. You can't join people. It's hard. It's really really hard. So I just started doing this vlogging for 6 years now, and I told my best friend, I said, you don't have to watch me. I'm just doing this for, just something for me to do, editing, and I'm learning also. And for those 6 years, I was investing on buying my cameras, yeah, I do memories for my work. After my work, I would say I'm gonna get a camera, and yeah, that's how I completed my gadgets, my MacBook Pro. It's really a lot, so you just have to wait, just do your editing and you're gonna get better. Yeah.
And you kind of mentioned your experience, and I appreciate that you're willing, you know, to trust us, the audience, and everybody to talk a little bit about what was going on. And I just wanted to unpack a little bit with what you were saying. Were you kind of saying that at the beginning, when somebody immigrates to somewhere like Canada, they can get maybe trapped in the work life and not have that balance or pursue the things that they enjoy in their life? Like it had taken you a while to get to the point where you're doing what you love, which is, you know, making videos, editing,
Yeah.
and following your favorite sport.
Yes, coming to Canada, it's really hard. It's you just don't have the time, or you rent a room and there's no channel, there's no cable, and back then my cell phone was just the Nokia 3210. So nothing at all.
Okay.
As in, all I do is watch movies. I watch movies alone in a theater. That, like, I that's what I always do. And aside from that, like, there's no way for me or for us, I guess, to join in. There's actually a class, like, or a gym. But I'm talking about years. And I know I just started like last year doing the gym. Um, that's what I'm trying to say. It will take you years to stay in Canada, but actually you just don't have the access to go, or no motivation. You're not this happy person, but I am now, and I'm really sharing this, all my experiences, to everybody.
And 15 years, that's quite a while. Do you
Yeah.
feel like Canada's now your home? Do you feel welcome? Do you feel like, cuz it's always interesting to hear, you know, everybody's story about coming to Canada and stuff, but we always, as Canadians, we always hope that you feel welcome, you feel. Have you gotten citizenship?
Well, I didn't want to lose my Filipino heritage, to have
Mhm.
I am still an immigrant, because I have
Mhm.
difficulties of living here, and
Mhm.
for years I feel like I was going home. And before I did this gym personal training, going to my sports, um I was actually, I really really want to go home because I'm so bored, like there's no life, I had no life. But then I started traveling, I started watching MMA, and I started meeting, FLA MMA fighters. You know what? This is it. I don't think I'm going home. Like, hey, this is my home now, like, no way. I'm gonna really do my best to really stay. You see, it's you don't know, like, the story beyond that, and now it's just starting to blossom. It's years, so many years of being sad and alone, and now I'm like in an army of these MMA fighters that are, I feel like, they're defending me, because I wasn't, I had nobody. Yeah. And I feel like, they're there, and I feel happy I'm sharing their videos. And it's not like about me, I wanted to, it's about for them. It's their talent, and I have my own talent, and I show it to them, and I share it to their fans.
Um, one of the fighters that I saw you connect with, who I'm a huge fan of, Rob
Yes,
Logan.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
can you kind of talk about, because I haven't met him yet in person, but I love his fighting style. Can you talk a little bit about when you first met Rob?
Yeah, so Rob has been commenting on my Instagram. He's been watching the BTC shows that I've been visiting, and like, I guess I'm the only one that's showing people this, right? The traveling, the
Mhm.
adventure. So they love it. So we started to chat in the Instagram comments. We don't really chat in the message, and we just met in FLA 3, and that's it. We were like, we're so close, we're like, we're so friends. And yeah, yeah, that's how I love Redbeard. Yep.
So when you meet these fighters and whatnot, you're able to make connections beyond just being a fan, but you're also able to kind of be their friends and get to know them as a person as you're going to these series of events. Because I'm sure you've been at have you been to almost all of the FLAs?
I only started FLA 3, but before that
Okay.
I started FLA on Committee 4. So that was March
Mm-hmm.
12 in Pictou, Nova Scotia. It was actually a
Mm-hmm.
small venue in
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I don't know, maybe 50 to 100 audiences, I think, because it was limited at that time. Very limited, and yeah, so I went there, and I was really, really, just really happy to be there and be a part of that show. And Derek was so friendly, and yeah, they gave me a swag, John. And it was so much fun, and I made the videos so really great. So that, I guess, it all started. I made like more than 12 videos, I think, because there's like how many competitors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they love it. They love the videos. So then I went to FLA 3 because I wanted to watch the MMA. Um and yeah, so I get connected with them because I add them on Instagram, and yeah, try to be get close, but I'm not really close. I can't even fist pump them at that time, but they see me on the video, like they see my passion, so they get to know me, and yeah, I got to know them. I don't really know them, but I try to really get to know them because it's hard to memorize names, so I list all the names, and FLA4 I was really ready, so I really memorize all the names and everything, and I really want to be on those where I can fist pump them, like they're great athletes, so it was so much fun.
Yeah, and I'm really proud of Derek and the team at FLA because when I first started following them, they were just at this awkward stage where they finished their first event and then things kind of closed down for a while, and then they were trying to kind of get past everything. And I did have a podcast with Derek, and I've talked to him off broadcast or whatever. And yeah, like there was quite an obstacle to have to overcome. So I'm very happy that there's been a series now of events
Yes,
that have been continuing, because it's really benefiting the sport in general, because it's giving our fighters, our being like anybody in Canada or Atlantic Canada,
yeah,
it's giving them the opportunities that they need to have regular competitions that improve their ability so that they can get on the bigger stages in the future. So I was gonna shift the discussion now a little bit more to back to what we were saying about where you were from, the Philippines. Where exactly in the Philippines were you from?
I'm in the northeast of the Philippines. I'm in Albay. It's a province of Albay. I'm in the Legazpi city. Yeah, for 22 years I grew up there. Um, yeah.
And like, what was it like living there, like compared to when you finally came over here? Like, can you make some comparisons for people? Like we had on the podcast, Galinachi. He uh, was somebody who lived in the Philippines and then moved to the United Kingdom. Really, really awesome guy, and we had a really good discussion. But I always find the Filipino experience really interesting because I don't really think there's any other nationality that has kind of the experience that they are, where there's literally like Filipinos all around the world,
Yes.
and then they have this kind of common hub that they, where their center of their culture is, where their family is, and everything like that. And I was just curious, how does it compare to Canada, Ontario?
Well, my country, or where I live in the city, like everybody knows each other, right?
Hmm.
Um, you're not gonna get bored, But coming here, I guess, I don't really join a lot of communities.
Hmm.
Even my own community, I just, keep to myself. Um, it's just last year that I started to join the BTC gym, and
Hmm.
this is where all it happened. It all began. Yeah, I'm like connecting with a lot of people now, which before that I don't really, except from work. Yeah, so it's the I'm comparing about the Philippines. We're very, very happy. I mean, just smiling people. Even if you don't have anything, you just keep smiling. If you don't smile, you're boring. Like, hey, get out of here. Yeah.
And I ask everybody I know from the Philippines that is a fight fan. Were you a fan of Manny Pacquiao when he was fighting? Was there any connections between Pacquiao and your love of fighting?
Yeah, Pacquiao is so famous. I even have his T-shirt. I have his,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I have two T-shirt. Yeah, he's famous. So I love Pacquiao. We love Pacquiao. Yeah.
Because like this is kind of a thing that with all his fights, he always had traveling people from the Philippines supporting him
Yeah.
forever, whatever he did. And it kind of reminds me of what you're doing as a fan, because you're traveling, as a Filipina,
Yeah.
to all these different events, not only like, representing, Ontario, but representing your home country
I
of the
know.
Philippines. And
Yes. Like we haven't even gotten there yet, I'm just here. But this is keeps going on now. A lot of them are gonna hear about this now. So, it's gonna go big. Yeah, it's like
so is there any MMA scene in the Philippines currently?
yeah, I think one championship, I just started right now also, but I started here in Ontario and FLA in the East Coast. And yeah, I started to check them out also because it's hard for me to really trace all of it. It's a really very very busy uh a schedule for editing
Yes.
all of this.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I'm getting faster and faster now. I'm learning now the process of how this goes on. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if you heard my question. I was wondering, is there a scene in the Philippines for MMA? Like, is there MMA promotions in the Philippines? I know that there's boxing promotions. Is it a popular sport in the Philippines?
Oh, MMA.
Yes.
Um, not as popular as boxing, but it is
Hmm.
also popular because when I went to Philippines before the lockdown 2019, I joined because I really love mixed martial arts. So in that gym, I learned mixed martial arts for about 2 months. So it's really quite because I've been gone for like years, like maybe 8 to 10 years from the Philippines. Like I don't know really what's going on, but I know it's really going on. Yeah, I just don't know
Oh,
the promotions. I don't know yet, but I'm trying to do my research now. And if I go back to Philippines, I'm going to really visit them because this is me now. This is what I do now. Visit them.
and I guess what I wanted to then move the discussion to, um, is what other kind of passions do you have? Do you have anything outside of MMA? Because I would imagine those years where you were just moving down here, like, are you somebody that enjoys hanging out with your friends, or and also, actually, more than that, was there a group of friends that you traveled to Canada with, or a group of people that you traveled to Canada with, or were you by yourself?
I'm just really by myself. It's
Okay.
it's hard to explain what's going on in somebody else's life.
True.
That right now it's crazy. It's really crazy what I'm doing. But before that, I have one or two friends or a couple of them, but one or two
Hmm.
friends that, I just started with doing hiking and some other activities, but I we don't really travel. No. This is a lot of courage for me to go to Pictou, Nova Scotia to watch the Committee 4. It's because I got attracted with FLA, so I really, really want to go. And actually, it's not bad. So now I keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, my sister actually lives in there in Pictou. So I've been down there a while.
Mm,
And that's where Derek's from, and I
yeah.
think that's actually where he's at right now.
Yes.
But it's yeah, and I love I love how you were saying there's not a lot to do, because and this is, I think this, you're talking about, like, in Burlington, right?
Yeah. I guess it's for
Yeah.
me, but other people,
No, you're not. I was gonna say,
it's for me.
you're not the
Yeah.
only person to
I
say that.
I know.
It
Yeah.
seems like in other countries there's more of like a nightlife, or there's like a life that goes on, but a lot of places here, they kind of, everything closes down, and like you're kind of left at this weird, you're at this weird junction where it's just like you know past 8 o'clock, past 9 o'clock, and now all of a sudden nothing's open except bars, which can get you in a little bit of trouble. So maybe we can do better by having some more activities for people, just outside of boxing, MMA, but more activities for people to do, to stay occupied. I don't know
Well,
if you.
I know. I play PlayStation, but I mean,
Mhm.
this what I'm doing kept me occupied for 6 years. It really saved me from, from being so bored. It kept me
And
busy,
you
even though it's nothing, it's useless, it's pointless vlogs that I do. But this is just the way I do my vlog. I just vlog everything.
and you're a very funny person. You're a comedian, and
Yes,
I really
yes.
love and appreciate that because I feel like sometimes I'm also that way.
Hmm.
And I've seen some of your skits.
Yes,
I think I love them. I love how you get into character.
I
Um,
love that. Yeah.
has there been any major inspirations that you've had that have gotten you into your comedy skits?
I really, really love what I'm doing, about this, cloning. But when I started it and I stopped, it's because it was really hard. It was hard to edit them, two of them, which is me. Um, but I said
Oh
I'm
wait,
gonna
it's
do
not
it
it's not your
again.
twin sister or your.
That was me. I cloned myself.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's why you came here. You're like a scientist.
Yeah, I'm really having so much fun with it. I watch but that's what I always wanted to really do. But I also watch Lily C Superwoman. She does,
Yes.
but she doesn't do like cloning. She does like, her and a different person, like her mom or her dad. Um, but I mean, I can do a lot of characters, which is just me, and it's like they're talking. That's really crazy, right? So,
Mhm.
I miss the guy that's the other me. He's really funny. He talks more than me.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
And do you write like a script, or is this like all like ad lib or?
I write the script. It's just that at the beginning I did it, and I didn't do it anymore for how many months now because I got busy with,
Yes.
my gym videos. Editing is really hard, right? It's not like you can do it in a day. And then I started MMA videos. I couldn't continue my cloning. How I wish I could. I still really want to, and I
So
will.
is there for any of the fans listening that want to see more? Do you think there's an opportunity when things kind of settle down in the future where you might see some more clones going on?
They
Or
love that. I
yeah.
really have a lot of views with that cloning. So I'm gonna fix myself, and now that I'm wearing wig again, wear
Mhm.
him back again. So yeah.
What is there like when you make all these characters in your head as you were saying? Are they inspired by people that you know in real life, or people, other Filipinos or?
Um, no, it's actually in my head. They're talking.
Okay.
So I write it down. I let them talk with each other. Um, I used to do that before, but I just don't have those, incidents that I can do it. And when I
Yes.
did it,
Yes.
I couldn't have the time. And now that I'm learning all this editing now, with my screen, when I'm watching, I have my screen, I screen, myself in the screen. I'm learning so much. So it's not that hard anymore to do it again.
So is your regular days when you're not going out and watching MMA? It's safe to say that you have work commitments and everything like that everybody else has. So your
Yes.
day's pretty busy when you're not when you're regularly working and things like that to be able to go to these events.
Yes, I am so busy. I have my work, I have my full-time work. But I put up my time. I still make my IG story. So when I'm sitting down or I'm lying down, and when I wake up, I do my IG story. those animations is really interesting. You like it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then my Instagram, I have to make like a short, a minute or more to post. Um, it's all about what I do. I think my life really revolves in the social media of editing. um I'm busy at work. Like after that, after work, I would sit down and start my editing every day. That's every day. I do that every day for at least about an hour or two because my eyes get tired. I have to rest it. So, you know, if you're watching, guys, I edit my videos every day, 1 or 2 hours a day. That's how I make it. I post videos all the time. But there's no pressure. There's no pressure in it. If I can't do it, no, I don't. Yeah.
And I love that. I think with any art, like somebody's drawing and trying to get better. Everybody says you got to commit to daily practice for the
Yes.
things that you want to improve.
Yes. Yeah.
And how would you compare a video that you made maybe early on to now? Like what are some things that you feel like you've mastered, that you've learned, that you could maybe share with others?
Yeah, because I always want the how complicated it is. I want to learn how they do it. Like I didn't go to school for editing. I just learned it by myself. As I transferred to different laptops, then I move on to MacBook Pro, and I'm only using iMovie. Later on, I will move to a better one. And
Mm-hmm.
because I'm just all practicing this also for my own. It's a hobby. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
um yes, it's been 6 years I was doing practicing and editing. What changed now is the audio. Like how I can put the audio, how I can put myself on the screen. What, let's say when I'm watching live, right? I want to
Mm-hmm.
see my reaction to, not, I don't like to move my camera and twist it, right? Because I like people to watch it steady. Because there's a viewer that told me that my partner can't watch it because it's too moving, you know.
Okay.
So that changed my editing. So it's gotta be smooth, not like shaky, and I don't really like doing that. I try to perfect it before I post it, but it's on demand. I really gotta be fast, you know. So yeah, um,
That's very nice of you to make that adjustment for somebody and their partner. Like that's really nice that you took that the comment or whatever to improve your overall content.
yeah, I love accepting comments that are what they can't, why they can't watch your video. So yeah, I appreciate it. I change my editing, and to really help the viewer so that they will enjoy my video. Yeah.
And I'm trying to think.
How do I
I was just
how do
I
I
was just on
travel?
your
How do I travel?
yeah. Well, I was just looking on your Instagram bio because I really love it. It's very very wholesome bio, comedy, lifestyle, YouTube travel vlogger. But what I kind of chuckled, the MMA Rotzi. Are you coining you're coining you have a couple trademarks, and
I
I
know,
the
yeah.
super fan, the MMA Rotzi.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get these trademarked or protected,
I
these
don't know.
these terms?
Yeah, I know. Not yet. I just wanna be this MMA person, MMA fan that I wanna see them. Like this person wants to catch them. I really did.
I was kind of disappointed. Israel Adesanya just had a contest or whatever where he's flying out somebody and their friend to his next fight. And I was like, man, I wish that was me. Then I was thinking to myself, can you imagine if the super fan herself was the person to get that opportunity? Have you ever gone to any of the UFC events?
No, I
Or
just really started. I just started last year
Mhm.
for BTC 12. So that's I think that was September. Yeah, BTC. I just started in BTC. Now they're on BTC 16 in Burlington, and FLA. I've gone to like I think four events now. Committee 4, FLA 3, FLA 4, three events. Um, and I'm planning to go to BFL MMA in Vancouver. So that's gonna be my birthday treat. So I'm gonna see. I haven't been to, yeah, no UFC, right? Not yet, because I wanted to concentrate on, you know the local. I mean,
Yes.
the we we smaller people. Yeah, yeah,
And I'm hoping to see you at FLA 5 in New Glasgow, September 24th.
definitely I'm gonna
I'm
be
looking
there.
forward to seeing you there. Kind of in closing, I just wanted to ask you, what's the best way for people to get in contact with you? Is it through your social media on Instagram? I know you have a YouTube channel with the same name, Cap- Kaprisyosa.
Yeah, it's like Caprice Yosa.
Kaprisyosa.
Yes, right? Caprice Yosa.
And then yeah, are you on do you use TikTok as a platform?
It's a lot for me. It's
Me
it's
too.
a
Me
lot. Like
too.
I still have my Facebook page, and I'm glad that when
Okay.
I'm posting in Instagram, they automatically go now to my Facebook page. I
Yes.
don't have to worry. It was really a lot. Um, yeah,
Awesome. Well, hey, I really appreciate you coming on, sharing your experience. I thought there was a lot of things that people could relate to, especially that feeling maybe when you're caught into work and you don't really have something that you find interesting that you do as a passion or a hobby. And I really liked how you were talking about your passion for making videos. We
yeah,
were talking about getting into fitness and then obviously getting into mixed martial arts. And I really am looking forward to hopefully meeting you in September at the FLA 5 event.
yes.
Yes.
I love FLA. FLA 5. I'm gonna be there. Um, they're so amazing. I love them. I love FLA. Yeah. They're gonna have a lot of
And
videos from me.
yes, yeah, they gotta get you part of the video crew with Alex and Chris.
Oh, I was interviewed in
The
FLA 3.
Oh, you okay? Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I saw the video on Instagram where it was like yeah, you were on the big
I'm
projection.
yeah, I'm in the big screen, yeah.
Did you get any stage fright getting all that attention there?
I didn't because, I felt like I was home. Um,
Okay.
I love them. I love the FLA team. They make me feel welcome. So doing the interview, I'm like, hey, I want it, but I didn't know what to say. Because I just started, like um I just said the words, or the names that I know, and I didn't really know them yet, right? So
Hmm.
but now, so this happened, so now I'm starting to really like check them out. Yeah, and it's really been
Oh,
so much fun for these MMA fighters. They love it.
yeah. Well, I again, I really appreciate you coming on. I hope you take care. And sorry that you didn't go to the boxing fights. But I'm hoping that you can go to another event soon.
Yes, I just found out about it lately because we've just been friends in Instagram with Brandon Brewster.
Hmm.
So, but later on, I'd love to go and watch him. I'm gonna be in the boxing world now too. Like, hey, why not?
Queen of boxing, queen of MMA.
Yeah, Queen of vlogging, I think. Yeah.
Yes, queen of vlogging too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you for coming on, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Yes, you too. Thank you for having me. I'll see you in FLA 5,
Yes.
New
All
Glasgow.
right.
All right. See ya. Thanks.
Bye. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. I hope you found something that resonated with you. Something that really resonated with me is the idea that when people immigrate to a country like Canada, it can be very difficult, and that you kind of get trapped into this work routine where you're working hard to, work on maybe permanent residency or citizenship. I know that the conditions can be pretty difficult to get those types of statuses. And what is important is to find activities such as what Kaprisyosa did with mixed martial arts that you enjoy, and that can make you meet people, like-minded people, and form bonds and friendships. So I'm really happy to hear that, mixed martial arts in this area has been that for her. And more than that, I'm really excited that, again, with Fight League Atlantic and all these other promotions, there seems to be a series of events that are happening on a regular basis, which I believe is going to make the scene in the Atlantic area, or even in Canada in general, boom. I've heard a lot of people wondering who's going to be the next GSP, because when GSP was a fighter, everybody in Canada was loving and supporting MMA, and we haven't had one of those figures in quite a long time for the scene. So something that an international star, and really these types of stars, they have to start somewhere in a promotion such as Fight League Atlantic or BTC. So I'm really excited to see the future, and more so, I'm really excited to see Kaprisyosa in September, Fight League Atlantic 5. This is going to be September 24th in New Glasgow. So anybody that's listening right now, look forward to maybe some content, maybe some collabs we'll be doing there. So without further ado, guys, as always, if you enjoyed this episode, please, no matter what platform you're listening to it on, if you're listening to it on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and share. It really helps. And if you're listening to it on your preferred podcast platform, make sure to keep a honest review. Maybe you thought it was 5 stars, maybe you thought it was 3 stars. It really helps this type of feedback and improving the show. And until next time, hope you have a good rest of your day, whatever time you're listening to it. Hope you have a good drive. Hope you have a good day at work. Take care.